For months, the data has been crystal clear. The Russian war machine, it's fracturing. Their economy is overheating, inflation is rampant, and their stockpiles, well, they're running dry. By every single metric, Moscow was approaching a breaking point, like right on the edge. And just as the aggressor was staggering, the United States threw them a lifeline. We've now seen the details of this so-called 28-point peace plan presented to Kiev. I'm not going to waste your time reading every single point because, honestly, you only need to understand the core transaction. It isn't a negotiation. It is a liquidation sale of Ukrainian sovereignty. The plan effectively asks Ukraine to admit defeat, plain and simple. It demands that Kiev withdraw from the Donbas, including areas they still fiercely defend, and accept that these territories, along with Crimea, are de facto Russian. But it gets worse. It's not just about land, it's about the future. The plan caps Ukraine's military at just 600,000 personnel, period. It forces them to rewrite their constitution to permanently ban NATO membership. In exchange, they get these vague security guarantees that are not Article 5, and a promise of reconstruction funds which, ironically, come partially from frozen Russian assets that the West should have given them years ago. So why this deal, and why now exactly? This brings us to the architect of the plan. We're dealing with an administration that's operating on a complete myth. I mean, you've heard the rhetoric, right? The claim that the president stopped 9 or 10 wars in a single week? Let's be real here, those are imaginary victories, phantom conflicts, cited just to build this Peacemaker brand. The reality is, ending a war by forcing the victim to capitulate? That isn't peace. It's merely validating the aggressor. But the most tragic part of this whole story isn't just the US proposal, it's the complicity of Europe. Ukraine is being played. For 3 years, Europe and the US promised as long as it takes. Now, that timeline has quietly expired. The West is tired, they're looking for an exit ramp, and they've decided the price of that exit will be paid in Ukrainian land and Ukrainian blood. If this plan is signed, it doesn't stop the war, it just pauses it. It gives a collapsing Russian economy time to recover, rearm, and, try again in 5 years. This 28-point document isn't a peace treaty, it is a certificate of abandonment. And for Ukraine, the hardest battle might no longer be against Russian tanks, but against the very allies who are now pushing them to surrender.